Hello everyone, it has been a while, almost a year in fact. I hope you're all doing well, and I'm sorry for such a delay in videos. You may notice some differences this time, such as a new apartment and, well, this. I'd like to try and keep this video as short as possible. So in this one, I want to talk about moving countries but a year later, some personal game dev work, and my current plans for the year. So please, sit back, make yourself nice and comfy, and let's get into it. Let's talk about moving countries a whole year later, and which is still kind of insane to me to even, well, think about. It's been an interesting year for multiple reasons, and there's been a lot of growth throughout this year, I'd like to think anyway. You might be wondering then, why has it been interesting? Just the complications of moving countries, the bureaucracy, I guess, that comes with it, amongst other things. To talk about my current job, I absolutely love it. I am having a really good time working for IO Interactive. I think it's a really cool project. I think the people are great. And I really love my role as a tech designer. I also feel more confident in myself as a tech designer and in my place in this industry. Imposter syndrome is a thing that affects everyone throughout their career, I think, unless you're like at that level, I guess. I don't know if that ever happens, but for me, imposter syndrome is a very real thing. And I think slowly but surely, I'm definitely coming to grips with getting over it, I guess. Especially when you kind of leave the comfort zone that you were once in and like coming to this whole new company, new people, new skills, new demands, like that kind of thing. And like the imposter feeling you get from that, it's a real tough one to overcome. But I think I'm slowly but surely starting to kind of see the light of the imposter syndrome, at least for now, until the next wave of it hits. Like I said, there's been hard times too. Moving is hard, balancing finances, especially in an expensive city, is hard. And living away from friends, family and loved ones is also super hard. But again, it's something that I think I've learned to get better with, either by having more game nights with friends, chatting to them more online, having people come visit, going back to visit, and just getting a better control over my life and my finances. And like I've kind of said a few times now, there's been lots and lots of personal growth, at least I'd like to think. I feel like while I'm here, I'm able to live a healthier lifestyle. I'm able to cycle a lot more, which is really nice. I've been trying to go on a few more runs than I used to do. This year has been a slow start for runs, but we're slowly getting back into it. Cycling here is a really fun thing to do, especially compared to the UK. Even against the tremendous winds, which Denmark really likes to throw at you. And I kind of mentioned this in the last video because I thought it was like, oh, Denmark's windy, haha. I wasn't really prepared for how windy this place can truly be because I've gone against some really tough winds and I see other people cycling and they're fine, meanwhile I'm struggling. I'm gonna assume electric bikes or they just are used to it, but yeah, it's an interesting one. I think in the last video it was mentioned about learning Danish, and I kind of mentioned that Duolingo has kind of been my guiding light to learning Danish for the past year or so, probably longer at this rate. And at the time this video goes out, I've actually recently started learning Danish through proper lessons that was offered by my workplace. And it's been really fun. I'm not really the best in educational environments, but learning a language I think has been really cool, and like especially with other people who are learning at the same time, and just having that kind of understanding that I'm beginning to come to terms with the language more and understand what people are saying and being able to talk to people, even if it's very, very basic things, has been really fun and an interesting challenge. And you know, for long-term planning, knowing the language of where you live is pretty useful. Let's talk about something that's been missing from this channel for a while, and that is personal dev, which is kind of the whole point of this channel, if you can still believe it. Being honest, when I moved here, I kind of lost the motivation to do that quite hard. There have been busy days at work and wanting to just kind of come home and relax, and still juggling the whole I live in a different city now and country as well. Balancing all that kind of just left me not wanting to do my own work. The Wizard game, which some of you may still remember and still be wanting to know more about, is still something I really want to make. I think right now I want to work on something that is much smaller in scope and something that I can kind of finish and feel proud of. I will come back to the game, and I've had like a little think about how I want to come back, and I want to try and start and basically just start it fresh. I want to reevaluate what I have and see what I could do better to improve my workflow with the game. With the Wizard games, and that kind of put me off it, was the VFX. When I got to that point, all motivation dropped. I love doing the mechanics side of things, but not the visual side of things. Doing some 3D modeling is fun, making some levels is fun, but when it comes to doing the bit I don't like, which I think a lot of people can relate to, I hope, I just kind of shut down and don't want to carry on. So I think what I'd rather do with the Wizard game when I come back to it is start fresh and see where I can improve the workflow by doing things such as, rather than using a networking solution, which I have to do a lot for, which is super fun, and I really would recommend Riptide to anyone, because I think it was really good fun to learn and work with. Maybe I'll look at other solutions that are out there and see if I can take some time away from me having to learn how to do more networking side of things and just let someone else have, i.e. another package. But we'll see, this is something I want to come back and reevaluate and talk to some of the fantastic devs here on the community who are doing multiplayer and see what they're talking about, the amazing devs in this community. All of you have been a huge help to me. I've been seeing some really fun videos and some really cool projects, and it's just kind of made me watch this and kind of feel envious that I'm not doing anything and kind of reigniting that spark in me. It sounds really cheesy, but it's true. And seeing all of them, I was just like, yes, I really want to come back into game dev again and just start doing it. So I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who just carried on creating. You're not doing it for me, which sounds weird, but I'm still saying thanks because it helped me out quite a lot. So what now? Well, I am working on a little something, and I've been sharing it a bit in the Discord, which again, if you want to see more, let me just tell you now, we do have a Discord that you should join and check out. It's more smaller updates I just throw on Discord when I have something cool to show off. I'm working on a little jigsaw game right now. Why? Well, it kind of stemmed from a conversation I had with my partner about how we both like jigsaws, but they take up space, and then you finish them, and then what do you do with it? And I thought, I wonder if I could make a digital jigsaw game which you can play with your friends, most likely locally, and then see how that goes. The big stretch goal for it would be when you finish it, a little diorama pops out from the image you just kind of create a jigsaw for, but the basic idea is jigsaw game. Pieces in the spot and bit to jigsaw, but online. And there's going to be a ton of them. And I'm not really going for like this is going to be the jigsaw game that beats all. I just kind of want to make it because I think it'll be a fun little project to do. And I'm already having a lot of fun with it. So I'm going to show you on the screen what I have right now, just quickly. There's not really much to show, but I plan on my next video to be an actual devlog talking about this. So if you have any questions or suggestions for this project, or are kind of wondering like, why am I doing this? Please comment down below, throw it in the Discord. Have I mentioned the Discord already? It's a really cool place. For other personal dev stuff, if you didn't know, I also featured in Blackthorn Prod's 100 Devs challenge video not too long ago now, maybe a few months ago. And that was a lot of fun. I didn't really get a lot of time to work on my side of it, but seeing the end result was insane. There was a lot of devs, and it was a really cool project. I'd really recommend you check it out. So let's talk about the plans for this year. This year, I have a few simple goals, which I hope are simple. I tend to write down my yearly goals on Notion, and usually they include release a game or something that's super easy, anyone can do that, but not this time. This year, at the very least, I would like to release a beta version for a game for people to play and try out, either a jigsaw game or something else. That's the first goal of the year. Goal number 2 is I want to release 4 videos this year, and that's one every 3 months, starting with this one. And that might not seem like a lot, and I can exceed it, obviously, if I want to, or if I find the time, whatever. Maybe I'll change how devlogs work, and I'll do shorter ones I can get out more frequently. We'll just have to see. And even if it doesn't sound like a lot, it is technically a 4 times increase than last year, so yeah, it's pretty good. That's a huge increase. And something I guess in my personal life is I'd also like to read more. It's something I kind of started doing a bit more last year, and it's something I really want to try and dive into this year and just read more if I can. I think my goal I've written down is to do 12 books, or at least 1 book a month. I'm kind of on track with that. I need to probably read a bit more, but we're doing well. And I like to read a lot of game dev books, and it kind of led me to believe that maybe I should make a little thing for it in the Discord. And I could make a little Discord book chat, and we can just share books, be it game dev, personal, what you're reading, suggestions, and have little chats about them. I thought that could be quite fun, and if you're interested, let me know on the Discord. I'll make the channel when this video goes out, and we can start talking about books. Let's do it. Books are great. And now we're at the conclusion. As I mentioned, I wanted this to be a short one. Hopefully for Future Soul it is. It's going to be a busy year in life, but I really hope to be able to keep creating and sharing my work with you all. The last year has been pretty busy in life, with moving countries, starting a new job, getting married, but it was a really nice, small thing to have between me and my partner, and it was really lovely. And I have a feeling that this year is also going to be pretty busy. And I really hope that I'm gonna be able to keep on sharing and creating my work with you all. And it's something I really want to do. As I kind of mentioned, it's a goal for the year to keep doing that. And I'm gonna try and hold myself to do it. I hope you'll all stick around with me. It's been a really long road to kind of feel motivated like I do right now to create and get stuff out for you all. So I hope you stick around to see what I'm doing and to be along the journey with me. And I'll see you next time. And maybe in Discord if you join that as well. Bye everyone.